new art. This is Go Island.
Go Island is brought to you by German Auto Import Network.
You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV's Channel 4. I'm Mary Ruth Harris, and we are on location today at the Comox Valley Art Gallery, where they have 3 new shows. They started last Friday, and they're going to continue all the way through until Saturday, November the 2nd. They have 3 separate galleries here. This is the main gallery. Where we started was the secondary gallery, and then out the doors is the 3rd little mini gallery. And the shows are absolutely really complement each other. So I really encourage you to come down and have a look at them. They are exemplary. We're going to learn all about them from Ann Lee from here at the Comox Valley Art Gallery. She's going to join us shortly and stay with us through most of the show. So first, up in today's show, we are going to travel from Campbell River, where we find out unique things, to Nanaimo, where there's a new art project underway, to Pitt Meadows, where there's a whole lot of honeybee going on, and they do sting, but apparently this fellow doesn't mind that they sting. It's a long story. You have to watch it. We're going to start right here in the Comox Valley with healthy babies. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV's Channel 4. I'm Mary Ruth Harris, and we today are at the Comox Valley Art Gallery, downtown Courtenay. It's a very exciting time here because they have not just one exhibit, but three exhibits. And here to tell us about the first exhibit is Ann Lee. And what is the exhibit called that we're standing in and amongst right now?
This exhibition is called Transience and Permanence. And it's an exhibition of sculpture by 2 artists, Catherine Laval and Douglas Senft. Now, Catherine and Douglas had conceptualized the work together and brought the proposal to us, and early in the year of 2012 was when we confirmed the exhibition. And sadly, Douglas passed away a year ago in September, so it's been a year. And so from that time onwards, Catherine completed the works based on their conversations, based on their sketches, and with friends and contemporaries of hers and his, she was able to complete the works which they had originally planned to have to exhibit. Okay. And this show just opened on Friday.
And it goes right through until Saturday, November 2nd.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The work is really quite extraordinary, and there is an elusiveness about it, and yet there's also a mystery almost with each piece. They're so different. Like, this piece couldn't be farther different than that one or this one hanging behind you. What is your sense when you first saw it go up? What did you feel?
Well, I'm familiar with the work, having known Douglas Senft through North Island College when I was a student there. Now, I didn't actually study with him, and also I'm familiar with Catherine's work, having worked with her over the past year. When the work arrived, and also through working with artists, when you're putting together an exhibition, you get to know their work, you get to know the materials that they're working with and their processes a little bit. But upon seeing the work coming into the gallery on delivery, it's always really exciting. In this particular instance, the exhibition's been extremely emotional for Catherine, of course, because of Douglas's passing, and also for the art community because he was so well known here, and you know, he's been in the Comox Valley for over a decade or so. He taught at the college for almost 13 years, and at the reception on Friday night, it was just such a wonderful, touching, very emotional reception for everybody that was here to witness the exhibition being presented.
Now, one of the really unique things about this exhibition that I really like is that Catherine has compiled a video that people who come in can actually stand and watch, and it's around some of the forging of some of the bigger pieces. And I think that's really an interesting add too. Now, you're going to stay with us throughout the show, and we're going to talk about the other two exhibitions a little bit later?
Sure, yes.
Okay, awesome. And now we are going to head onto the road over the big water to Pitt Meadows to a honeybee farm. Have a look. Go Island is on location today at the Comox Valley Art Gallery, and we are in the second half of the gallery. I don't know if it's kind of a little cubby back here. And this is the second exhibition that is also on until November 2nd. This one is called Legacy, and it's a collection of artists that have all worked together. And this is Anne Lee from the gallery. She's going to tell us a little bit about how this came to be.
Well, when we were planning the main exhibition, Transience and Permanence, the original idea was to bring an artist or maybe a group of artists into this space that would reflect the themes of transience and permanence, which is themes of home,
okay. Yeah.
of home, of where we habitate, okay. And because Douglas Senft passed away, Catherine and I, we ended up having discussions and decided that it would be important to put a call for entry out to students of his. So a few months ago, we circulated a call for entry, inviting any students that took classes with him or that he mentored to submit one or two pieces into this exhibition.
What a neat idea.
Yes. So this exhibition is are the responses of the students, and we have just over a dozen students who responded. And many people responded with works of sculpture. Sculpture was emphasized, but we also took in drawings.
This here. This is
Yes.
really unique.
So this is extruded clay that's then been pit fired for this smoky finish.
Yeah, very interesting. And you do have a number of mediums that are being shown here. When you started to see these pieces come in, did it sort of finish it off for you?
Well, I would say that I'm not sure that finishing is the word I would use. I think that it was important to build a connection through the legacy that Douglas left in his passing, and that he over 12 or 13 years he taught so many students and left an impact. If one was to come to see the exhibition and read the labels, all the artists were also invited to write some pieces which were to be included on the label that would relate the work back to their experience of being a student of his and his teaching style. So it's quite wonderful to hear the stories and to find out from the artists and the students their experiences working with him.
So it sort of completes the circle.
Absolutely, yes. So if, whether you know Douglas or not, when you come through the exhibition, you definitely get a sense of the impact that he made on these artists' lives, and that will go on.
Yeah. It's extraordinary. Looking around the room, you can definitely see there's a thread, and I really like the title that it's Legacy in tribute to Douglas. And then there's a third exhibition we're going to see after the next story, and you're going to stay with us and chat with us about that. Yeah. All right, and now we're going to head down to Nanaimo, where the Vancouver Island University graphic design professor approached one of his students about getting involved with an actual professional job outside of the college with one of the local organizations in Nanaimo, the Child Development Center, which this past weekend had their telethon, which she was intricately involved. Have a look. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. We are on location today at the Comox Valley Art Gallery. This is Anne Lee. She's been giving us a tour of the exhibits that were unveiled Friday night, and they are on until November 3rd. This is the third one here. It's called Domesticated. Tell us a little bit about this one.
Well, Domesticated came to the gallery after Transience and Permanence was programmed. And going from the theme of that exhibition, I'd sent out a call to the local schools and also to the North Island College and Emily Carr University, looking for artwork and any artists who were working along the themes of home to tie into and reflect the themes of the main exhibition. Okay. So I got a response from Shannon McCurgan, an artist who lives in Campbell River. She graduated from the Emily Carr University Bachelor of Fine Arts External Program at North Island College. I know it's really long. And she proposed this, this body of work, these paintings that she'd been working on.
They are really interesting. It makes me feel like I walked into my house.
Yes, she says that she's interested in learning about people through their environment. And she's interested in painting scenes of the everyday and the mundane, which although mundane it's a word that we think of to describe everyday, I think mundane can actually be really, really interesting, because what's mundane to one particular person can be so specific and so revealing about another person and so interesting. So, you know, you would think that, you know, you think of dishes and tidying up around your house and shoes mundane, but some people have really interesting objects at home that say so much about them, perhaps, you know, and you mentioned, you used the word mystery earlier, so although these are somewhat revealing, there's no people in them, so there's still this sense of mystery.
Like this painting that is right behind us, it's the bathtub, and my bathtub looked like that for 3 years when my little girl was younger, and my fridge looked like that when she was, you know, growing up. But now it's covered in volleyball schedules. But it is very, and I love the cupcakes, and Gord's going to shoot some more later so that we can have some B-roll of what we got going on. But it's really interesting. It really is a nice complement to what's going on in the main gallery. So kudos to you for bringing this all together.
All right, thank you very much.
Now, there is a pamphlet that you can drop by and pick up. It has all of the information about the 3 exhibits. They're on until Saturday, November 2nd. Now, I do want to bring your attention to the fact that on Saturday, October 12th at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Catherine Laval, who is the main artist from the main gallery, she will be here doing an art talk. How long do you think it will go on?
We schedule them for about an hour, but usually the presentation runs for about 45 minutes, and that gives a chance for people in the audience to have some discussions, a little bit of questions and answers.
Okay. Would you say it would be appropriate for all ages, even like young artists that were very enthusiastic, or the more advanced ones?
Yes, I would say it's open to all ages. Maybe young children might not understand some of the themes, but definitely it would still be interesting. It's open to the public for everyone to attend. Okay. There's no charge for admission. It's by donation. Okay. And yeah, I think, you know, whoever's interested, feel free to come on by and have a listen.
All right. Thank you so much for the time today. Really enjoyed all 3 exhibits, and I really encourage you guys to come on down and have a look at the Comox Valley Art Gallery. 3 exhibits, not just 1. Now, we are going to head to Campbell River, where Barry Bailey discovers the most interesting and unique things about Campbell River. You have been watching Go Island. I am Mary Ruth Harris. We've been on location today in the city of Courtenay at the Comox Valley Art Gallery, looking at their 3 new exhibits that started last Friday. They're going to continue all the way until Saturday, November 2nd. Now, Douglas Senf, who passed away a year ago, whose work is distributed and shown in the main gallery, who inspired this whole show, all 3, he is apparently the grandfather of public art in British Columbia. This piece was installed last Friday in the rainstorm. It was brought in, it weighs half of a ton, and it was brought in by a big crane, and then a welder truck came in and welded the top to the bottom. And this is one of the pieces connected to the main show in the main gallery. I highly encourage you to come down and have a look. It's a wonderful show. It's here until November 2nd, and it's a great exhibit, and it makes you think of home, your home, whatever that may be. So thank you very much for watching. If you missed any of our stories, please check us out on YouTube, Shaw TV, North Island. And we are also looking for volunteers. So if you have any interest in volunteering in the great, awesome world of television, Gord, don't laugh, then please call and talk to Chaz Leckie, who would be happy to talk to you at 250-898-2563. We are taking applications currently for volunteers for behind the camera and learning all about directing and floor directing and editing and camera work. It's a lot of fun. Now, we are going to be back on Friday. Until then, please try to stay dry, although that might be a bit tough because they're calling for rain for the rest of the week. But right now, we got a little bit of sun. Isn't that awesome? So have a great week, and we'll see you Friday.
Go Island is brought to you by German Auto Import Network.